Welcome back to Knockout Arcade, a 2D retro pixel art fighting game. Man, it really has been a hot minute since the last devlog, huh? I apologize for the lack of videos, as things have gotten pretty crazy for me over the last few months. But don't worry, I've still been hard at work on the game, and there's so many new things to talk about. In fact, this might be one of the largest devlogs I've made so far. I'm super excited to show y'all what I've been working on. But before that, I want to let you guys know that I've created a Twitter account to share my development process. I usually post every few days, so if you want to stay up to date on all things Knockout Arcade, follow the link in the description. Now let's jump right into all the new changes. First off, I want to talk about all of the new menus and system changes I've made. I actually attended the Game Developers Conference this year, and my focus while preparing for the event was to make the game feel like a more complete package. I would love to talk more about my experience there, but we just don't have enough time in this video. Although I had a lot of fun, and I would definitely try going again another year. Anyways, the first addition I want to show off is this new transition screen that takes the player from the character select to the fight itself. It displays the character's portrait, their name, and even some hints for how to perform their enhanced specials. I don't have all of the hints for each character yet, so I put in a few placeholders. Afterwards, I added this cool slowdown effect when the round ends, and a proper victory screen. Each character has a win quote against every other character. Some of them are lore related, while others are fun jokes and references. Now that the gameplay loop felt more complete, I moved on to some other menus. I added a way to pause the game by holding down Escape or Start. This is your pretty standard pause menu, and it lets you go back to the main menu or character select, as well as let you change your settings and see the command list for your character. The command list is split up into 4 categories: command inputs, throws, specials, and supers. Command inputs let you see any unique normals that your character has, as well as any movement options that only that character can do. Throws are pretty self-explanatory, but specials is where a lot of the complexity comes in. Special moves define a character's playstyle, so it's important to know what moves your character has and how to perform them. Right now, only Russell and Beverly have complete command lists, and you can only look up the commands for the character you are currently playing. Both these things will be changed in the future. Finally, I added some new assets for the controls remapping screen. This new screen is a lot prettier, and more modular as well. You can change your controls in the options menu, on the character select, or even during a match through the pause menu. Now that we've gotten all the menus out of the way, we can start talking about some system mechanics I've changed and added. Soft knockdowns are a new mechanic intended to keep up the pacing and action of the match. Your character will automatically get up quickly after landing from an attack. You can also roll to the left or right to try to sneak past the opponent or get away. I want to give the player getting hit more options to deal with their opponent, and this mechanic allows them to position themselves and escape pressure. It's not a get out of jail free card though, as doing a tech roll leaves you vulnerable for a few frames. So if the opponent predicts where you're going to go, you could end up eating a bigger punish. A regular quick get up does not leave you vulnerable, but it also doesn't move you away from the opponent, allowing them to apply pressure on your wake up. Every attack in the game right now leads to a soft knockdown, but in the future there will be attacks that force a hard knockdown, where your character will stay on the ground for longer and can't roll. I've also added another mechanic to help prevent infinite juggles. Each attack has a specific gravity scaling value that determines how much it juggles the opponent. The higher the opponent's gravity scaling, the lower they'll go when they get launched upwards. This also helps prevent combos from going on for too long, as the opponent will eventually escape the juggle. On a similar note, I've also increased the minimum damage threshold for supers from 10% to 40%, meaning they'll be more effective in combos. The last universal change I made was to completely revamp all of the hurt boxes for every attack in the game. They are now more accurate to the animation and allow me to add high and low profiling attacks. Jay and Gunther still have pretty basic hurt boxes, but that's only because I don't have animations completed for them. Now before we get into the character specific changes, I'd like to highlight some of the new visual effects I've added. There's screen shake during hits now, as well as a handful of new visual effects for hits, throws, and throw techs. I'm a big fan of the super activation animation and rush cancels, as they help sell the impact and importance of these actions. Alright, now we can get into the juicy stuff, the changes made to the characters. I've decided to focus on Russell and Beverly, since they're the first 2 characters added in the game, but I will also be working on Jay, Gunther, and some other new characters in the near future. Russell has gone through a lot of small tweaks over the last few months, mostly nerfing his damage output, as it was quite ridiculous before. The main highlight for Russell in this video is the fact that all of his animations are complete. It's been a long time coming, but he is now the first complete character in Knockout Arcade. Obviously I'll still work on tweaking his data here and there, but I can finally start moving on to other characters now that he's done. I've added quite a few animations since the last devlog, including Rush Cancel, Tech Roll, quick get up, victory, and a timeout animation. But that's not all. The most important of these new animations is his brand new super, Corrosive Battery. This is an invincible attack that juggles the opponent upwards and leads to a wall bounce in the corner. I've gone through a lot of iterations for his super, but I've landed on this one for a few reasons. It used to be that Russell's super went across the entire screen, but I disliked giving him a strong long-range invincible tool for one button. His current super is now more fair, as you can't whiff punish a far-away opponent on reaction anymore. Plus, it plays well into his combo game, acting as a combo extender / finisher, in addition to being a great anti-air and reversal tool. I want supers in this game to be unique to every character, and not just combo finishers. My goal for this game is to make each character super unique and play differently, and Russell's super will probably be the only one in the game that acts as a finisher, with every other character having a super that provides some other utility in neutral. That's everything I have to show for Russell. Let's move on to the second character for Knockout Arcade. Beverly has received a lot of cool tweaks and changes since the last video. For starters, all of her different movement animations have been done, such as running, backdashing, launched, knock down, get up, tech roll, grab, and blocking. Like Russell, she also has a unique rush cancel animation. In addition to those, she has a bunch of work in progress animations for all of the attacks that I haven't animated yet. These placeholders are a lot closer to the final versions than the previous ones, and it means that Beverly doesn't need to borrow any of Russell's animations. A lot of her attacks have been tweaked slightly as a result, making them more reliable, giving them more range, more utility, etc. She has 3 command normals in total. Her dive kick, done by pressing down and medium in the air, allows her to plummet straight down to the ground with a fast attack. She can also combo any of her aerials into it, allowing her some cool conversions that only she can do. In addition, she has 2 command normals on the ground, done with forward medium and back medium. These are hop kicks that travel in the direction you hold. They can hop over low attacks, and Beverly can cancel into them from her other mediums. Her special moves are where it's at though. All of her specials have been completely overhauled. Let's start with neutral special, Stretch Goal. This is a simple projectile that bounces along the ground. She can perform the move in the air to give it more distance at the risk of the opponent being able to dash under it. By inputting a quarter circle forward motion before the fireball comes out, Beverly throws an enhanced fireball that travels in a straight line and hits twice. This move gives Beverly excellent pressure from a distance and allows her to control space very well. It also pairs nicely with her up special, Cartwheel Kick. This is a flash kick style anti-air move. By holding down for a little bit, then pressing up and special, Beverly travels much higher, hits the opponent twice, and becomes fully invincible on startup. This is a great move to use if the opponent is mindlessly jumping at you, although the enhanced version does take a little bit of dexterity to perform. Arguably, one of her most important specials has to be Side Special, Exercise Program. This is a multi-part move that has several follow-ups. She can press the special button 3 times for a quick 3-hit combo, or she can mix things up on her opponent by pressing up special to do an overhead, or down special to do a fast low. She also has a launcher done by inputting forward, down plus forward in the special button. This move is a key combo tool for Beverly, as it gives her a long-range combo ender as well as access to a launcher to extend combos. However, the low and launcher attacks cannot be done in the air normally. All of these special moves are great and allow her to safely swat away at the opponent from a distance, but the move that ties her whole kit together is down special, Deep Breathing. Beverly takes a deep breath, and by pressing the special button again right at the peak of her breath, she gains a special charge that makes her next special move a free enhanced version. This move gives her something meaningful to do while the opponent is knocked down or distracted with fireballs, and it powers up the rest of her kit. It also acts as an introduction to the concept of enhanced moves, as it allows players to use the more powerful attacks without knowing the inputs, as well as saving meter to use for rush cancels and supers. Having charge allows Beverly to fire enhanced projectiles much quicker, and allows her to use her invincible up special without needing to hold down first. Her side special works a bit differently with the charge. The first 2 hits aren't changed, but the 3rd hit will automatically become the launcher, giving her access to meterless juggle combos. With side special, she also has the option to go for the high or low follow-up so that she doesn't have to spend charge during a combo. Once you use up the charge, you must perform deep breathing again in order to gain another. Doing down special while you have the charge performs split ends, a kick attack that works well in juggles and air-to-airs. Once Beverly has 50% meter, she can perform her super attack, Let's Get Physical. This move summons a giant exercise ball that can be hit around the screen. Beverly can hit the ball to damage the opponent from a distance, but the opponent can also hit it back if they're very careful. This super can allow Beverly to control the pace of the match, as she can use the ball to control the entire screen. All of her attacks send the ball in a unique trajectory, and she can even bounce the ball into the opponent several times during a combo. Like I said, my goal was to make each character's super something really unique, and hitting the ball around is a lot of fun and allows her to play a different game for a little while. Plus, it'll be interesting to see the sort of volleyball matches that can occur when Beverly pulls out this move. And there you have it. That's all the additions I've made within the last 6 months. I've been super busy recently, but I don't plan on stopping development anytime soon. I've recently been getting a bit of traction on Twitter through my development posts, so remember to follow me there if you want to get all of the latest updates. I also want to extend my sincerest thanks to everyone who has continued to support me by downloading the game and leaving nice messages on YouTube and Twitter. You guys make this all worth doing. My plans for the next few months are to work on the 4 remaining characters of Knockout Arcade. There's also some features I want to add, such as a proper training mode, and I've been thinking about putting the game in widescreen, but that would also require quite a bit of work to make all of the UI fit into the new resolution. I also want to try to upload videos more often, although I might still be busy with development and job hunting. These videos take a lot of time and effort to make, which is why there's often some very big gaps between uploads. Nonetheless, thank you all so much for continuing to support my game. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in another Knockout Arcade devlog.